Hello guys, welcome back to Beyond the Realms, and today I have a review of a film from the Criterion Collection. This is from 1921, which is probably immediately going to turn some of you off, but it is for The Phantom Carriage, which is a silent film from Sweden, and it's considered a black and white film, but really it's like a tinted color silent film, which if you watched my Nosferatu review, it's kind of the same deal where there's tints to it. It's just like one tint, like a blue or a green or a red. And apparently that's how these films were originally shown, where they put the tint over the actual camera, you know, wherever you were viewing it at. But anyway, this was a blind buy for me from Barnes & Noble's Criterion sale that is going on right now. And guys, it is one once again that just fucking blew me away. You know, DVD collector 1974 James, me and him were having a conversation about how, you know, with the Criterion movies, you just can't go wrong. Like, I totally agree with him. He said, you know, Criterion is the one company I will blind buy anything from. I feel completely confident doing that from their company, and I totally agree with James. I mean, that's exactly how I feel. Everything that I've blind bought from Criterion, I've loved, and this is no exception. I mean, this film, guys, honestly, I could see it becoming one of my all-time favorites. I mean, just seeing it one time, it's a film that really, really stuck with me. So, to give you the synopsis here, The Phantom Carriage, it tells the story of how, you know, there's death goes around collecting souls of those departed. That's what you're seeing right here. And every New Year's Eve, the very last person to die before the New Year is the person that takes over the carriage and is collecting souls for death. For, you know, their master is death. So they're going around collecting all the souls from the bodies of everyone that dies throughout the year. There is this guy named David Holm, which is actually played by the director Victor. Oh man, I can't even try the last name. Sjorm. This is a Swedish film, so it's Swedish names here. But anyway, the main guy David is played by the director, and he is an alcoholic. He is really just gotten to a point in his life where he's totally miserable. And he didn't always used to be that way. But on this particular New Year's Eve, he is the last one to die. So the carriage comes to claim his soul, but also, you know, he is going to inherit the carriage. And at this point, the guy who was previously running the carriage was a former friend of his, George's. George's had died the previous year. David dies this year. And George's takes him through his whole life, back from when he was a child all the way up through this point, and shows, you know, it's showing clips of his whole life and how he was. And all along there was this woman named Edith. And, you know, she is very, very forgiving, because David is just a drunk asshole. You know, every time it's showing these two together, it's like, God, how does this woman put up with this crap? He's awful to her. But she just sees something, and she believes in him. And, you know, she wants to take a chance. You know, she sees the better in him. So basically, you know, David's just seeing his whole life up to this point, up until the point where, you know, he is where he is at now. He is dying. He is dead. He is going to take over this carriage, and that's really, you know, the layout of the story of this film. And I mean, it's so amazing, guys. Like, really, it's like a mix between kind of like A Christmas Carol and It's a Wonderful Life, is what I got out of it. And It's a Wonderful Life came way after this, because this is 1921. Like I said, silent film from Sweden. But just such an amazing, amazing film, guys. And, you know, some people would probably call this film a drama. I mean, it really is. It's listed as a drama. You look it up, you're going to see it listed as a drama. But in my opinion, this is a horror film. I mean, because this just is just horrific to think about having to go through. You know, if you're this character of David. You know, it just is, and to me, it's. I mean, it would basically be like a heavy, deep drama with horror elements, I guess you would say. But I would still place this in the horror category myself. But just such an excellent film, guys. I mean, just so amazing, and you know, it looks so fantastic on Blu-ray. This is just a great, great restoration that they did. Very comparable to Nosferatu, where it still has the lines in it. It still looks old because it's nearly 100 years old. It should. But the clarity and just the sharpness and just everything to the picture is just wow. I mean, just really amazing. You know, like an example, there's a part in this where there's a champagne glass on the table. You can clearly see the bubbles in the champagne. I mean, this is my first time seeing the film, but I just can't imagine ever being able to see that in previous releases of this. But yeah, guys, just a fantastic film. Great film all the way around. I just cannot recommend this one more. If you want a film that's, you know, it's thought-provoking, on the afterlife, on what comes next, you know what I mean? And you know, it's just with it being that old and this powerful, it's just wow. It speaks volumes about this film. And the effects, you know, I have to definitely mention the effects in this. You know, if you think to the time when this was made, it's like holy shit, man. This is really amazing effects. You know, just ghostly images. You know, and stuff with the carriage where you're seeing this ghostly image coming to the screen that you can see through and come and collect this body, and the spirits that come out of the body. You know, the body, you could still, it's fully, you know, a body, and then you see the spirit rise out of it and you can see through it. I mean, you think this is 90 years ago, man, right at the start of film. And how awesome that looks. I mean, still, there's some striking images of stuff like that in this film. And there's one scene in this where the carriage goes and collects this body of a person that drowned, and the body is underwater, and the carriage is going underwater to actually collect this body. It just, to me, it was just amazingly striking imagery that just, it sticks with you. I mean, I just think that this is a fantastic film. Guys, I'm going to give this film a 10 out of 10. Yes, I'm giving this a perfect fucking score. I just love the shit out of this, and I can't recommend it more. I mean, if you're into old school films, silent films, which I know, you know, a lot of people aren't, but if you would just give this film a chance, man, I just can't see how more people wouldn't like this and get into this film. Very, very fantastic. As far as the extras go on it, guys, I really didn't get to check out a whole lot of them yet. There are 2 different scores on here, which is cool. Oh, and there's an interview with Ingmar Bergman, which this was his biggest inspiration to start making films. I did watch that. That was very, very cool. He became friends with the director of this film, and he talks about all that and how it influenced his films that came later after this. That interview is from 1981. Very cool stuff. But guys, highly recommended Criterion Collection of The Phantom Carriage, spine number 579. Check it out, guys. Please give this film a chance. It is a fucking masterpiece if ever I saw one. I mean, I cannot put this film on any higher of a pedestal. Just absolutely love it. Like I said, I've only seen it this one time. So I have no doubts that this is going to become one of my all-time favorite films. I mean, it really just struck me. It stuck with me, and I'm going to watch it again very soon. Actually, I'm going to get off here now and put it in. So have a good one, guys. Later.